Joel said hi. All right. All right. All right, you got to play with this. Okay, are we on? Can you see me? Are we on? Can you hear me?
Uncle says hello. Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to wait a minute because I got something really special to show you guys here. This is the new tool for the shop. And so we're going to do a little test on several things here. How many to show that we have live right now?
7.
Okay. All right. So this is a new big announcement for the lives. Okay. So this is a tool that I've always wanted. This is an ultrasonic cleaner. All right. And I've had it heating up a little bit. She gets up to about 175 degrees, which is just below boiling, which should be warm enough to do whatever, to clean whatever you want to clean. But today we're going to start with something. We're going to do a little experiment because this type of product or tool was originally designed for small versions to clean jewelry, right? So when you get one of these, you get this little pod. And basically, we wanted to try doing Miss Christina's jewelry in this real quick. But the thing about this is, I've been playing with this all week, is that when you turn this thing on, it affects the microphones because this is sound waves that basically pulls all the goo out, right? So this may be a little bit funky tonight when it comes to the sound, but I just want to show you guys how this works. Okay, so right now she's running about 57 degrees Celsius, right? Which is, I figured out, Celsius is a little bit more like 2.1% of Fahrenheit. So right now it's probably sitting about 115 degrees. And the water, yes, it's very warm, okay? Now, when I turn this on, there's a pretty good chance that it's going to mess up my sound. It's going to sound really wonky when I turn this thing on. But this is all her jewelry, right? I'm going to get you in here as close as I can to be able to watch this thing work, all right? So we're going to turn the ultrasonics down. The sound might get a little weird, but here we go, all right? All right? And the only thing in this is water and a little bit, about a quarter of a cup Dawn dishwashing liquid. So here we go. And we'll see if she bubbles. And she's already bubbling. How's the sound? You guys hear me? Yeah, you're right, Michael. No more using the dishwasher. And it's already boiling stuff out. Now, I got other stuff that we're going to try after this. Christina didn't want me to do this. She didn't want me to do this with old oily parts in, you know, so it's already, you can see it's already boiling stuff out. That's all just dirt coming out of the okay, so it's not affecting the mics too bad right now. Okay, that's good. All right, so we're gonna let this cook for a little bit, but it's basically already working all those old oils and dirt and stuff out. Now this thing will get up to about 176 degrees, which is plenty enough to bake anything you need out of it. And the great thing about it is it's just soap and water. Yeah, it's cooking and booking on your stuff. You got any questions today yet? And there isn't nothing to be scared about. All I know is I'm grabbing this with the pliers because that water is freaking hot. Yep, she hooked. All right. Oh yeah, she's cooking lots of stuff out of it. But I've been wanting one of these forever.
Would it clean a thermostat?
Yes. So test a 160 to a 170 degree thermostat too, because this water will get up to 176 degrees. Now I'll show you some stuff now. All right. Now you see this one? You see how she is inside and out? This one was 10 times as worse. And that's a half an hour. So, I mean, I played with this all weekend. And like this is a half an hour. And this is what it looked like when I started. I mean, it's like magic, you know. So what we're going to put in is, see, look, it's already dirtying up the water from all those years of wearing her stuff.
That's kind of gross looking.
It's kind of gross looking, yeah, but I mean, it's like, you don't think about it, but being on your hands, you know, dirt, food, oil, just grabbing things. But that's what something like this was originally designed for. Smaller versions of this was designed to, you know, clean jewelry. You have to cook all your stuff off what?
Give me the footstool.
Oh, you want stool? All right, sweet. There you go, sweetheart. It's already clouding up the water.
Kind of gross.
How you doing, Dan? All right, we're going to give it a couple more seconds, give it 5 minutes, and it's going to be super clean. Then we'll reset the timer, and we're going to put some really nasty stuff in there and see what happens.
Where can I get one?
I'm going to put the link. I have a special link for this, 20% off until the 17th of this month. And once we get, I don't know how to put a link on this right now, but once I get this done tonight, and I'll put it in this so you can rewatch it and get the link. But there's going to be a code. They gave me till the 17th of this month, 20% off. And so I'll get that code for you put up whenever I do the editing, and I'll put it back up tonight. All right, so we've been right at 6 minutes. Turn it off. And yep. Now when I played with it earlier this weekend and stuff, I used Simple Green, and today I'm using just water and Dawn, and we'll see. Oh yeah,
He said, "Okay, I'll keep my eyes peeled for that."
Okay, and I can already tell that this is already cleaner. Oh yeah, much cleaner. All right, honey, there you go. You get to dry it off. All your stuff, all your goo.
Put it in the bowl.
All right, we're gonna leave it in there. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna reset the timer. To 30 minutes. We're going to put this back in. All right, and now we're going to do some nasty nasties and let this cook for 30 minutes. All right, so the first thing is going to be these, and I didn't take it. I didn't clean these off for nothing. They're just going in the water. All right, just like this. And then I was also curious. The only thing I didn't do this weekend I wanted to do was do a set of seat belts, old nasty seat belts, and we'll see how they turn out. Okay, we'll get them in the water. Ow, that's hot. That's hot. All right, so we're gonna move the motor mounts over, and we're gonna put seat belts in. All right, now you're gonna want to watch this when I turn this on. Here we go. And it instantly starts fizzing. And it's sound wave and heat and just simple soap and water. Okay, so we're gonna put the lid on this. It's got a 30-minute timer. You guys saw how nasty it was, and we're gonna call it a day. All right, so boom, 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 boom. I'm sorry, one of these days I'm gonna figure out this live stuff. All right, how is my sound
On that 350 motor mount?
Yep, 350 motor mounts. And I didn't scrape them, I didn't clean them, I didn't do none of this. Stuck them in the water. And that has a 30-minute timer on it. And it'll shut itself off, but the heat, it takes about an hour for it to heat from like room temperature water to like 175 degrees. But 175 degrees is more than enough to basically cook off anything you want to cook off. What's up? Hun?
Yeah, Dan says he's got a lot of work to do on his 350.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do on my stuff. Here, we're gonna move, get away from the sound, and just talk. All right, line me up there, baby. Oh, let me get my. It's not very noisy. It doesn't make a lot of noise, but it, you can hear it. So we're gonna let it run for 30 minutes, and we'll see how it turns out. So, talk to me, guys. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Stephen Nog says a little funny, but still understandable.
What is?
Still a little funny and understandable.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
Yeah, the farther you get away from it, the harmonics and the sound waves affects the mics. I found that out when I was trying to. There's going to be a video come out about this also on Sunday. So when I was making the video, I didn't realize until I got in there editing that when I turned it on and was standing above it, it just phased out the mic. It was really, really kind of wonky.
Dan says, can't wait to see your new shop be up.
Well, we gotta wait till September the 1st because he's on vacation. He'll be back. He says I'm the first job when he gets back, and it's been dry. I don't know about y'all dry around here. I mean, I could have had a pad poured now and let it cure and had the shop up by the 1st September. But it is what it is. I mean, he's been doing it all his life, and he's one of the best in the area, and so he's worth the wait. But I'm antsy too. But I want you guys' opinion, okay? I've been making videos about. I've got 4 or 5 of them in the can already, ready to go. About, like I don't know if you guys watched the latest one, the double humps against the new modern heads. I've got one for this. I've got for the cleaner. I've got one coming out. Cast pistons versus forged pistons, things like that. Things like to deal with street. And I got a really good one coming out about the different types of manifolds and RPM range and CFM and all that kind of stuff. do you guys like that stuff, or would you guys prefer how to do things, or a mixture of both? I'm just trying to make stuff that you guys want to watch, you know, and that's the whole point. I mean, I'm not here to make videos for myself. I'm here to make videos that you guys want to watch and information you want to have.
Joel says, I have an 89 K2500 with a 5.7 and has super rough idle in the bogs. Little anything I should check?
What is it? Is it the throttle body fuel injection, the spider fuel injection, or have you put a carburetor on?
Okay, and Sleeping Dog says, have you ever seen in the wild the GMA 833 4-speed overdrive that they put in some of the square body diesels?
No, never. I never come across one of them. I try to stay away from diesel. I mean, if I needed body parts and things like that, I might buy one if it was really cheap. But just you'd have to retro everything out. I mean, because of the gas tanks and the fuel lines and everything with the motors, nothing is usable. I've never messed with one of those trains. Never messed with a diesel. I pass them by.
Mixture of both is what Joel said.
Okay.
TBI.
Two-port injection, TBI, the throttle body injection. How long has it been since you cleaned it? The eggs, the throttle body. How long has it been since you put some stuff in the tank, cleaned it, you know, and got them flowed? Because their biggest problem is they get dirty over years and years and years, and then they don't flow good. They spitter. When they first come out, they were great. I mean, you could flip the lid on it. Remember the old school flipping the lid on the breather, you know, and get a little bit more airflow, and they were peppy and they were fun, especially with the 700 R4s, you know, with a low gear ratio and a short wide. They were a lot of fun. But now that they're 30, 40-year-old technology, you know, it takes a lot. They've been through the ringer. They've been through a lot. So sometimes it just takes a good cleaning.
He said, I've never cleaned those, so definitely I'll check on it.
Yeah, I mean, something like this, the ultrasonic cleaner would be right up the alley because, you know, injector cleaners are ultrasonic cleaners. You know, just drop it in and let it run for a little while. I mean, it's you know, carburetor, small little intricate bits. The one thing about this is it gets everywhere. Like when I did the piston and rod, I still had a bearing in it, and it cleaned everything from behind the bearing. It gets in every little nook and cranny. But yeah, take your eggs out and take them to a shop and have them clean them real quick, and then put it back on. I guarantee you, it'll be like night and day.
Dan says, my truck has a big, deep breather on the 84 Chevy truck 305.
Put that lid over. That's what we always did, you know. We never take them off. We just flip the lid, you know. People don't believe that that's a real thing, but it's a real thing. It really did work.
Russ says hi, and Super Dog says mine too, Dan.
Hello, Russ. How you doing today, buddy? Appreciate you so much. Who else said hi?
I said Sleeping Dog said mine too, Dan.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, it's just that the throttle bodies, they are not a bad item. They're not a bad design from the factory. It's just them eggs, they get full of goo, and a good cleaning will do wonders. "20 minutes ago for the reveal on the new baby." And she's up to about 130 degrees. Probably by the time we hit the next 20 minutes out, it'll probably be right up about 176 degrees. So like I said, it takes a little while for it to cook tap water to that temperature.
Dan says my truck does not have a TBI. Joel says, but as far as the videos go, I'd love to see both types of videos. I like to learn, and I always like to see comparisons between forged or cast iron and the different types of manifolds.
Okay, so if I'm understanding all you guys correctly, then a mixture of everything. So the how-tos and the, the engine builds and stuff. And the differences between this and that and other things, forged, cast, hyper-eutectic, things like that. I can do that. I want to give you guys the things that you guys want to watch.
Russ says, what about Seafoam for gas TBI?
Okay, Seafoam is a great product. I use it myself. Okay, but it's an engine cleaner. Okay, Seafoam is not like really as much for the gas tank. It's a little bit of a fix. It's not a cleaner. Okay, so your best bet is just to take it one day. It takes almost no time to pull those eggs off that throttle body and take it to a shop and have them ultrasonically clean it. Okay, that has one that can clean injectors. That's putting it in the tank is just a band-aid. You want to clean them thoroughly. That's the fix.
Why is my K20 so unreliable?
What year? And what engine and transmission?
And Michael says, wish me luck. I have an interview tomorrow at Walmart in Van Buren.
Good job, buddy. Just shut off on me?
I'm guessing so.
Alright, well, let's just do this. No, it's still running.
Tim says, I'm just sitting back and listening this week. See, Dan says, it's funny that my truck have 572,000 miles on it.
Yeah, that might be the reason why it's a little bit unreliable.
Nope, that's not. He wasn't the one.
Oh.
Playing with your new toy?
Yep, playing with the new toy. I am playing with the new toy. Go ahead and ask me questions, guys.
He said, what's the black? Russ says, what's the black on the right thumb? LOL.
What?
What's the black on the right thumb? LOL.
The black on the right thumb.
Yep.
Oh, dirt.
Judy says, Grant, you need to let your wife paint her Mustang lime green. No.
No, we are not going lime green.
Let's see here. And Tim says it's 90 today. Moving slow.
Yep. Dude, that's warm. It is not doing its thing no more. Let's see. There it went. There it went.
What did you forget?
I don't know. It just turned itself back on.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of electronics in it. It takes care of itself. So
Yeah.
it needed to take a break for some reason. Okay, so it's back running again.
Dan says my phone says 77 tonight. How about an update on the Mustang?
It's sitting right here and not doing a damn thing but collecting dust. I'm basically waiting on getting the shop. Everything is gonna just blow open and just steamroll after the shop gets up. I mean, we're gonna get Miss Presley an office made up because I'm telling you, she's got the touch. When it comes to social media, she has got the zen when it comes to social media. So we're gonna be throwing stuff everywhere, every platform. I did open a store on Amazon. That link will be around for Amazon. I mean, it's just another way of getting a little bit of extra money for the builds. Just doing reviews on and doing little snippets for stuff I have around in the shop and in the house. But I'm an old guy. I don't know about, TikTok and this and that and, what you got to do. It's not my thing. I mean, you guys know, I was born in 68. If you guys weren't born in, my kids know how to do all this stuff, but I'm learning.
Do you have Instagram?
Yes, I have Instagram. Under Grant Slater. I don't post on it. I mean, the only time I get stuff on Instagram is if I post something on my Facebook, which automatically goes to Instagram. I just now got on TikTok a couple months ago. I don't know anything about TikTok except for I start scrolling and I get stuck for an hour, going down rabbit holes. But apparently it's the wave of the future. So I don't know. I mean, there's just so much between TikTok and Reels and Facebook and Instagram and everything. It's just so much.
See, Dan says I was born in 78 and I'm also a classic car guy. He says I like old school trucks and cars.
Me too. Miss Christina is now working remote at home here. We made her office in the house, and so she's doing her thing here. And kind of made her, I don't know if it made her mad or not, but I said, okay, there's no reason to ever buy another new car because you ain't got to drive. Her car is only got like 140,000 miles on it.
I think you need to bump it up another 10.
Okay, 150,000 miles on it. Her little family truckster, but she drives it once a month. I mean, you guys tell me. There's no reason to buy a new SUV. Yes,
there is a reason to buy.
What? Okay, tell me. Okay, guys, listen to this. Tell me the logic.
Happy wife, happy life. That's all there is to it.
So you mean after 36 years together, if I don't buy you an SUV to sit in the driveway and just rot away?
It would not rot away. Don't even go there.
You drove your car today. First time it's been started in a week. In a week. Okay?
See, Joel says, Sleeping Dog, are you located in California? I'd suggest keeping the smog stuff if you're a smog restricted state.
Hell no. This is Oklahoma.
No, he said if they're in California.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that stuff here in Oklahoma.
Let's see here.
No. But we're not going to talk about that, because, the EPA is, thank you. I'm not going to get political here, but I'm going to say there's an orange guy that just hamstring the EPA. Okay. which is good for us.
Okay. Your boy says, figured I'd ask because this is the first time I've seen you and wanted to keep up with you.
Great. I really appreciate you being here. Okay, does California still have the, if it's
No, he's from Kansas.
Oh, he's from Kansas.
Sleeping Dog's from Kansas.
Okay, good enough from Kansas.
Michael Scanlon says she needs a grandma car. No.
Well, that's why we're going to build her the Mustang, so she can have a little tool around. But I'm telling you guys, my daughter-in-law Presley just got a new SUV, a new Yukon, Nolly,
Yukon,
a new Yukon. It's
or it's a Tahoe 1 and 2.
A Tahoe 1 and 2. It's 10 years newer than my current truck, and it's nice. I've driven it a couple of times. It really is. It's got all the bells and whistles and everything, but I can't see myself ever getting a payment ever again. I'm going to build them. That's why I started this. I got to tighten up some front end stuff and do a little bit of here, a little bit of there. But she starts and runs, and she under her own power. She's laughing. There's something too much.
Sleeping Dog says she's correct.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm secure enough in our relationship. I can say no. She's not right.
And let's see here. Melissa says, I've come to the conclusion I will never buy another new car. Waste of money. Kevin says a 5.7 Vortex cheap power modes.
Power mods?
Mods, sorry.
Well, okay, if you got the Vortex heads, you're already a step ahead, which is, even better than old double humps. They flow better. You can't go high, super high heavy on lift. You got to do modify them. But like everything, the heads are the key. There are the bread and butter. If you put a nice little intake on it, put some headers on it so it breathes better, that's even much sort. You're not hurting at all when it comes to Vortex.
Let's see. Ann says I did take the old smog Cadillac converter off. No need to have it there. And Kevin says I got a 99 Yukon Denali.
Nice.
Yeah.
No. I like my 94 Yukon. That was a fun truck. It was, things like this are just, they're commodities, but that Yukon, that 94 Yukon, that was a fun truck, that four-wheel drive. It was, but.
Judy says, Grant, do you remember that anniversary trip y'all are going on in November? I think she needs a new vehicle for y'all to take to Vegas.
No, we're flying. We're not driving, we're flying. Oh, good question. Do you guys want us to do a live on Thursday in Vegas? You tell me.
Don't buy a new car, a new SUV. Get an older one and have him build it custom for you. Whoa. Nice interior, and you get to pick your paint. Plus free labor.
Yeah, free labor. You guys are realizing this, that labor is 80% of the cost of anything. But no, this is hers. And she's already picked I'm sure she'll probably change her mind. Maybe.
I doubt it.
Shut off again.
So Ghost says, Uncle Buck, hey, I just wanted to say that I see you as a father, showing me all the stuff that you do. I grew up without one. I'm 25 and finally rebuilding my first SBC because of you. Thanks.
I really appreciate that. That's what this is all about. I set up the camera over my shoulder to be able to just pass this along. Stuff that I've learned over the years, it humbles me every time that somebody tells me something like that. That's what it's all about. And that's what I plan to do until I just can't do it anymore. Until God tells me it's time to go, I'm going to be making videos. I'm going to be showing people how to do it. I'm thinking about bringing young people in and teaching them how to do this once I get the shop put up. That would be cool. Just to pass it along, pay it forward. That's what this is all about. It's not about. It's about you. You know, without you guys, none of this works. None of this happens. You know.
Michael says, and Russ says, you're live from Vegas. Sleeping Dog says, I'm trying to talk my wife into a 50s Chevy truck with an LS carb and a distributor, AC, PS, BP, cruise, and override. She wants a new truck.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah. DJ says, hi.
Hi.
Raymond says, I have a 75 Nova. I just bought a 2012 Impala, and one of these days I'm planning on getting a 68 Impala. 2-door.
Impalas are cool. They're big cars. I almost got one when I was younger. Like a 66. The big, long boat ones, you know. And the lines on them things are awesome. They're getting hard to find. I mean, the Impalas are great. Always liked them.
Doug says hi.
Hi.
DG says, what sounds better? Cammed old 350 Rocket or cammed 350 Chevy?
Are you talking about Oldsmobile Rocket? That one's hard to say. I mean, they both have their own tone. You know, I'm Chevy, and my first one was a Dodge Dart, 69 Dart. But I'm a Chevy guy, and you know me, I like my small blocks, I like my big blocks, but there is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with an Oldsmobile engine. In fact, I mean, Oldsmobiles were huge in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I mean, 442s are awesome. I mean, but I mean, it depends on a lot of things. You know, exhaust manifolds, dual exhaust, the type of mufflers you have on them. You know, there's a lot of variables involved. You know, but there ain't nothing wrong with any of them.
Moore says, howdy from Texas.
Hello.
And Judy says, yes, do a live from Vegas.
Okay, I guess we're doing live from Vegas on Thursdays. Now, you know,
Color me shocked.
They're 2 hours behind. So if it's 8 o'clock here, it'll be 6 o'clock there. I'll have to do the math or whatever. But, you know, but by Thursday, because we're going to get back on the plane on Friday, we're probably pretty tired. Or, hey, we could do a live if the casino if the casinos allow us, we could do lives from the casino.
Yeah.
Buffalo!
Jason Edwards says hi. And Russ says, neighbor years ago, 66 Impala, 327, 4-speed. Posy Cherry drove it to the ground fast. Yeah,
see, that's the great thing about the older stuff, the 50s and 60s and 70s, because they were still standards. You could get a 4-speed, you could get a 327, you could go on the dealership and order. I had a gentleman message me on YouTube today that he's old enough. He went to the parts store and bought double hump heads over the counter, $140 a set. In 66 or 65, whatever he told me, he bought a 327 short block and he bought the double hump 202 heads over the counter, less than $500. You know, I mean, those days, I would have loved to live in those days. To be able to just, well, I want that. And just pay for it and walk out and put it in the truck and go home with it. You know, and he says he still, to this day, has that engine. Which is, you know, think about that. In the 60s, now we're in the 2025, coming into 2030. I mean, that's amazing to me. I mean, I think I was born in the wrong era. I don't know if you guys ever feel like you were born in the wrong era, but I feel like I got the tail end of it, but that I belong 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Jason says, channel is coming. I swear, been busy as heck here. Wife got me a new camera for my birthday, getting close.
Cool.
DJ says, thanks. The reason why I asked is I got a 85 Cutlass with a 307 and just picked up the 350 Old Rocket with a 400 turbo trans.
Nice. Yeah, retroing the older engines into a newer body style. That's so cool. I mean, the 307s were a good economy engine, but yeah, no, the 350s, the Oldsmobile 350s, they're awesome.
Dan says, Dad called, gotta go, see you next time.
Yeah, send me some more pictures of Dad. Sleep in truck.
That's it.
That's it
for now.
Yep.
You might say hi to your little ones.
Yeah. If you Wyatt and John and Tristan, if you're watching, you know, Papa loves you. Can't wait to see you again. Even though it's only been 24 hours. Can't wait to see you again. Yeah, Miss Presley has been telling me that I need to get a GoPro. I need to get one of those 360s. You know, if we go drag racing next year or the year after, yeah, we're definitely getting one of those on the stick 360s that gets everything. But she says I need to get a GoPro.
What do you think of the Chevy K5?
What year? The K5s? The GMC?
86.
I think they're great. They're okay. GM in the pickup trucks from 73 to 80, they were farm implements. From 81 till 87, 89, they shaved about, for emissions issues because of the EPA and because of the government, they shaved 300-400 pounds off of them. So the metal is a little thinner. You know, they're still great trucks, but they went from like everything that I pull out of the weeds from the 73 to the 80 is going to have a 12 bolt. It's going to have heavy duty suspension. It's going to have, you know, everything's going to be, you know, bulletproof. They started whittling away from 81 to 87, 88. They're still great trucks. This one is still a great truck. You know, they didn't really mess with the frames. They messed with the body panels, and they messed with a lot of other things to try to shave weight, to try to get mileage.
Jason says he was having problems getting videos from his phone. His wife got him a GoPro type camera. So far, really liking it.
We're still doing this off of my Samsung. That's what we're videoing on right now. I mean, Presley says this because, you know, it's hard for me to, if it's a two-handed job, it's hard for me to do things, you know, to fix things, steering columns, things like that, little intricate things. It's hard to, they make harnesses and, you know, cap clips. The GoPros are so much lighter and easier to do than just an actual cell phone. Yeah. But she's kind of talked me into it. So we're going to actually probably spend the dime and get a GoPro. Go ahead.
Okay. Javoy says, how do you feel about the built 402 in a square body?
It'd be awesome. I love big blocks. I mean, I really do love big blocks. I mean, I'm slowly finding parts here and there, and I'm gathering up, and we're going to build a big block. Now, I don't know if you guys were here last weekend, but I found a honey hole. I've got small blocks available to me coming out of my ears with not a lot of big block parts, but because I've been doing Craigslist and Marketplace, I'm starting to find here and there everything. Now, everybody thinks they're gold plated, you know, but I would love to find a 1-ton dually that's trash that has a 454 with a turbo 400 in it. That would be really nice to have one just drop in my lap. I would love to build a big block right now. But big blocks and square bodies and Camaros and whatever it is, big blocks are fun. They're a lot of fun. I mean, I had a 454 with a force crank and a fluid dampener on it and some decent headers, intake, the whole 9 yards. And I beat on that thing for 6 years, drag racing, bracket racing with it for 6 years and never had to turn a wrench. I mean, they are some of the best engines, I think, historically ever.
Okay, yes, cool trucks. What do you think about USA getting all states to a national emissions and getting rid of the smog checks?
I love it. I mean, I know the online, the diesel guys are just jumping for joy because the EPA's been cut back. I mean, with all the delete stuff, all the emissions delete stuff from the diesel guys, I'm worried about it here. I mean, like cat on it. It ain't got no cat. It's going to have straight exhaust, the flow masters, the dump. And I'm never going to have an issue with it. I think government outreach has been way too much for way too long. And I hope he has enough time to fix everything for the 3.5 years he's got left.
Jason says, wife's Camaro has a 502 BB with a turbo 400. It's strong.
It's very strong. Yep. I would love to have a 540 for the drag truck that we're going to build. I mean, we're probably going to go small block to begin with because that's what I have. But if we, I mean, a 540 cubic inch big block is a lot of fun. A 454 is a lot of fun. I mean, I love driving that Camaro. I so wish I'd never caged it out and turned it into a race car, or I'd be driving it every day today with the big block in it. Now, it had a turbo 350 in it on a 400, but it had 373 gears with a 454, and when I first built it, it had tunnel ram on it. That was a lot of fun. I mean, there ain't nothing like having carburetor sticking out of the hood that gets everybody's attention. If you like attention, just build you a big block with a tunnel ram. Yeah. You're going to get attention.
Jason says you can't beat a big block. Yeah. And BJ says big block is the coolest. Sleeping Dog says we love big blocks, but there's just something about a 327 with a 283 crank, poor man's 302, screaming through the gears.
Yeah, because they just sing. They sing. I mean, it's like hitting a button on an impact wrench. Zing, 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 zing. And if you got a 4-speed behind it with a decent set of gears and a light truck or a light car, oh my God, that's so much fun. I mean, it's nothing better than that. I swear I was born in the wrong era. I mean, I lived through some of the great era, but I should have been born in the 50s, not the 60s.
How much time you got left?
We have 4 minutes left. Okay. For it to shut itself off.
Michael says, Thomas said you need to take the Mustang to the drag strip.
That's up to her. That's her car. That's up to her.
Yeah, boy, you and me both. I'm 35 and working on old stuff.
Yeah.
Jason says, ever heard of anybody grafting gear clipped on a Camaro back in the 80s? Here's hers is a 72 with a 76 gear end. My guess is before reproduction parts.
Okay, read that again. Oh, okay. Now, I've heard of guys taking like the second gen, the 70 to 73 rear ends, putting them on because they kept the back glass to 74. But I've seen a lot of guys take like a 76 and have the bumper on the back, but put a nose cone from like a 71 or 72. I mean, it's very common. I mean, I had a guy that I knew back in the day that had a Firebird, like a 68 Firebird. He put a 68 Camaro front nose on it. And it kind of looked wonky. But I mean, that was just, he loved it. I mean, it just bolts up. If you got all the parts, it just bolts up. That's great. That was the great thing about GM back in the 60s and 70s, because everything transferred. Like second gen Camaros, 70 through 81, basically, if you had the parts, basically everything bolts up. The frames, like 75 to 81, the frames were a little different by the engine compartment, but basically you could, if you had the parts, you could basically do what you wanted with it. Everything bolted up.
Sleeping Dog says 65 here.
Yep.
And DJ says, thanks for talking cars with us. Jason says, yeah, this is the exact opposite of 72 VIN.
Yep.
Moore says, I had one time at 69 step side with a 454 for my GMT 400.
Mm-hmm.
I'm considering a Gen 5 BBC.
Okay, on the Gen 5s, are you thinking about peanut heads, little small ports on the heads, or are you thinking about taking those off and putting a good set of big oval port heads or square ports on it? Because the peanut heads were designed for torque, for like, and emissions. I'm freaking emissions.
Jason says 76 rear. It was done in the 80s. Still investigating why.
To try to make more money with it. To put a 71 or 72 front end on it. To try to like sell some guy that doesn't know the difference. All right, we're less than a minute. We'll see how it turned out after 30 minutes.
Peanut's good for a 650 horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It's a fun car. She drives it.
Yeah. That's all that really matters, is everybody having a good time. That's what this is all about. That's what hot rodding is all about, is having fun. And to be able to say that I built it with these two hands and be able to just look at it and go, oh, look chrome, look intake, look headers, look engine. Yeah. Because I'm sorry, you pop the hood on something new. Do you go, oh, that's cool? No. There's covers over everything. It doesn't even look like an engine. It's made for sound instead of for, coolness. All right. We are done. Okay, so here, help me. Okay, am I right? All right, now I'm putting my glove on because this is hot. All right, we'll see water. Yep, see, look, condensation. All right, let's see what we look like here. All right, let's see if we got rid of some dirt. Oh. Yeah, we got rid of some dirt. All right. Bakes it right out. Okay. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if I can get a hold of
He said I'll probably go with the peanut port heads because it's just a work truck.
Look here. Now it's not all the way off, but you can tell where it is. And it's basically baking all of it off. I would say if I put another half an hour on this, it would be like brand new. But you can see the differences just in that. All right. And I'm just for what I do, just for building old ones and cleaning parts. Like, I'm so sick of brake clean and things like that. But
Jason says, have to sneak tongs from the kitchen there, bud.
no, tongs ain't strong enough to pick up motor mounts. All right, so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to put them in for another half an hour and let them cook. But it literally, it does. And we're going to let the temperature hit. But, I mean, it makes it, I mean, it just boils it off. Okay, so we're going to just...
Jason says she will never know.
Yeah. Yeah, she will. Yeah, she will. So, okay. So, once this cooks for another 30 minutes, and I do it tonight, the easiest thing is just, all you got to do, since it's soap and water, and the EPA is not involved, this is just soap and water, all right, and sound waves, you just open the valve and dump it off in the bucket, and just throw it outside. I just throw it on the driveway. And, you know, and then it just cleans up with paper towels on the bottom, because all that grease and grit is going to be on the bottom. That's what the basket is for. It really works great. So, but like I said, I'll put the link into this tonight once we get done editing, and it'll also be, like I said, there'll be a video on Sunday. All right, so you do your magic there, honey. And one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to do this horizontally instead of vertically. Okay. Oh, I got to put the lid on. But that lid gets awful warm. But like, I'll show you this one. You think them motor mounts were bad? This thing was worse. It had about 1/4 of an inch all the way around it, and it was gross on the inside. Like, you know how you guys know how these things get. And I run it twice with Simple Green, and all it's going to take to get this right is just to hit it real quick through the bead blaster for less than a minute and knock the rest of this old paint off, and she's ready for paint. She's ready to be reused. I mean, it's, for me, for rebuilding these old trucks, this is like a super time saver. I mean, just set it and forget it, and let it do its thing, and it's great. Any questions?
No.
No? All right. But like I said, for when it comes to, like, I mean, I literally have to like take the bead blaster and blast nuts and bolts and stuff, and for me to just put them in the basket and just turn it on and let them go, and me not having to blast and do all that kind of good stuff. I mean, it's such a game changer. But the only complaint I got against this is that it's just that much not big enough to put a set of heads or valve covers in. To be able to put a set of heads into that and let it bake for an hour and get all the old crud and all the old stuff off, that would be so good. I mean, but it's an 8-gallon unit, and it's just, I mean, literally 1/4 of an inch too short to put a set of small block heads in, which would be like the best thing ever. And it still ain't hot. It's only at 68 degrees Celsius, which 68, that's 120, 136. It's about 140 degrees. It's not all the way up to 175 degrees. What's up, baby?
Getting a little chilly.
You're getting chilly? You want me to turn the fan off?
No, okay.
Okay. No, she's not getting a new car.
We'll see.
Not getting a new car. No, she's getting a new car. New to her, not new to the world. Time is it?
After 9.
We've already been an hour?
Yep.
Well, Lord, okay. All right. Well, then, if we're over an hour, then we're going to call it a day. Like I said, I'm going to edit this and put the new one out. And this one will be up on Sunday morning or Sunday at noon. And all the links and everything will be there. And like that 20% off code will be there on it. So I'll make sure it's on everywhere, the 20% code. Like I said, it's good till the 17th. And like I said, it delivered in a big box, inside of a box. And I just plugged it in and put some water and soap in it, and it did its thing. So I appreciate you guys all being here tonight. I really do appreciate it. And we're going to call it a day. Y'all be good.